Good morning, Jeremy.
Good morning.
Fantastic to be on this call with you.
Oh, likewise, I agree.
Now, let me put my camera on. There we go. Fantastic. Did you get a chance to watch my short little video?
I did not.
No worries. It was just like a short introduction designed really to save some time, but I can give you my story later on. How about you tell me your story, how you got into real estate, and how you envisage that can help you?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, real quickly, bought my first rental property, 2003, buy and hold type of thing, just traditional. Um, Started buying single family homes from there and a couple foreclosures, different things of that nature where I could find the good deals. Mostly held on to them, just buy and hold type.
Hmm.
And then kind of I partnered up with my mom. At one point in time, we bought a small multifamily, 10 units, and been managing those. We still own them, and kind of doing that whole thing. Just kind of learning that hey, it's a little bit slow doing the traditional method. So let's start looking at other areas. So got married. Me and my wife, we started flipping some houses. We probably did about a dozen of those.
Okay.
Um, Again, transactional, like looking for something more, a little bit longer type of thing. So we started looking more at, again, multifamily, some of the different things of that nature. And so we bought a sevenplex. Uh, I've done a couple of syndications,
Okay.
type of
Yeah.
thing to be able to get some exposure to that.
Yeah.
Um, so a lot of different avenues that we've done. And then,
Tell me more a little
kind
bit
of
about the syndications. What did you, how big were those deals?
Well, so they were pretty big deals. I did not personally do those. I was as a LP.
Okay. And
And
how
so
many units were there as an LP on those?
so I mean I don't know what my portion would be. I did one of them with Grant Cardone's group
Okay.
and I did the units that we bought on those were a 340 some unit
Oh,
property
good.
that I've got a certain percentage in that deal.
Hmm.
Um, and that's kind of honestly, I was looking for like avenues like that to be able to get exposure to some of the bigger assets. Um, I'm kind of just getting off of unwinding a partnership that didn't go right. And that was
Oh,
kind of what forced me to, that was the thing I needed to push me into Pace's atmosphere
okay.
and really focus on what, I missed some things. I made some mistakes that you don't know what you don't know.
Right, right, right. Very
And so I haven't lost it yet. We're still trying to work through it, but I think I'm going to lose some money on a couple of deals.
good.
And it really forced me to kind of step back. This is what I need from an education standpoint. This is what I need from a community aspect. This is what I need as far as what do I want to really do? What am I good at? What do I want to focus on? And that's kind of where I'm at right now, which has kind of led me to where we're at here.
Very good.
Um, and so realistically, I think for me, I'm trying to look for, okay, what am I best at? What do I really bring to the table? And who can help me with that? And who can I help to really align and grow both of our goals and our dreams? And that's kind of where I'm at.
Very good. Well, you're definitely gonna watch my video because I wrote a little book, Cautionary Tales from Real Estate Investing.
Hmm.
This was over 20 years ago. I got a course, Cotton Sheets, No Money Down. I,
Yep.
I wanted to make real estate a living, so I set myself a goal of 500 doors. I got to just over 100, in probably 2 or 3 years. I think I'd just about, if I was to receive a crown, it'd probably be a crown for the most mistakes made in real estate, you know? So hence I wrote this little book. And you, from what you're saying, it's interesting. You were a little bit more cautious than I was. I just dove in the deep end and hence got burnt, stepped on
Yep.
just about every landmine there is out there. And you probably already discovered, with small multifamilies, by that I mean anything less than 100 units per complex, it's really hard to scale. You probably
Absolutely.
find that a lot of your time is managing those properties, or in several cases, I tried management companies because I had over 100 doors, and they steal money from you. You try to get a
Mhm.
tenant free rent, to keep an eye on things. They don't. They're just interested in free rent.
Yep.
There's all sorts of mistakes I could go into, spend all day talking, singing that tune. But why I asked you about syndication is because last month I found myself in the classroom learning about large multifamilies and how much safer that is. And you've tasted a little bit about that with Grant Cardone, who is in large multifamilies, as well as Pace and Vina Jetty and everybody else.
Yep.
So it is a lot safer because it's playing it the game, the big game, where there's a lot
Mhm.
more team players, and procedures in place and oversight and everything else. You took a good role as a LP, being the passive, so it didn't impact your time at all. So you can see you can make good money. I presume you got good distributions from that, did you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cardone has been very consistent. So the property that we ended up buying, it got hit with a little bit of the run up in the interest rates.
Mhm.
And so the cash flow has suffered because the debt's been a little bit higher than they've anticipated.
Okay.
But I've never missed a payment from them.
Mhm.
The distributions have gone down because debt services went up, but
Right.
I've never missed a payment from them. It shows up in my bank account every 15th of the month. I mean, there's a lot of benefits.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we were able to, the biggest benefit was the accelerated depreciation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was able to write off a couple $100,000 worth of sales this year
Right.
because, and so it's like there's some real benefits in it.
Yeah, especially, and then you've got the share in the equity when they sell the project. I
Correct.
presume they're going to be selling it soon, are they?
I think my understanding is from talking to their team and kind of what their philosophy is. He wants to grow his portfolio to the point where he can sell it to somebody as a whole,
Okay,
as like a REIT, or create a
I see.
sell it as a portfolio to a larger buyer
Yeah.
and get a higher multiple on it. So my guess is they don't want to do the transactional. Most people are looking 5 to 7 years and they're looking to exit.
Okay.
I don't get the impression they want to do that. They want to hold on to them until they've got five, 20,000, 50,000 doors, and they want to sell the whole thing for a 5x multiple.
Yeah, you'll be a very rich day on that day. They'll be very, very good. That's excellent. Sometimes they refinance as well and then pay the
Correct.
investors back and keep you in the deal. And you can
Yep.
redeploy that money in another opportunity. Uh,
Absolutely.
That's absolutely the space where I'm moving towards. Last month, I was in a classroom where they did the large families, got the education on that. First time round, I didn't understand how to get into syndicates or how that actually worked. So it illuminated in my mind like a Christmas tree, as you can imagine, all the mistakes I'd made and what I should have done better and everything else, because it
Mm-hmm.
was a big job running 100 units practically by yourself, and
Yep.
just ridiculous. It wasn't what I was looking for.
Yep.
And certainly the large multifamilies, there's plenty of opportunity on the GP side, to be involved, which I like to be in large multifamilies, but not overly so. So I like the acquisition manager side of it because you get paid at closing 5%, and then you have the distributions and the share in the equity at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really my space, and I'm looking to do one or two deals a year with that. And so, as you know, with large multifamilies, it's really raising capital because we go from anywhere from 10 million all the way up to 100 million and beyond. So look
Yep.
for large six-figure EMDs, chunks of money from people who want to deploy their capital and
Hmm.
opportunities there. And you didn't say you're in sub two, Jeremy, or Gator or
I'm in Gator. I'm in Gator.
okay. So you
Yep.
could Gator wrestle, form an
Yep.
LLC and bring that to the table, when they
Absolutely.
do a deal, and it's a good way of creating wealth. That's the way I see it. I'm
Yep.
gonna write another book. This is only 26 pages. This is the mistakes I made, but I want to write a book that explains it all, demystifies it all. I've also got YouTube that I started the education on multifamilies. So I'd invite you to join that and contribute and help me to grow that
Sure.
channel.
Sure.
It keeps you front of mind, and we can help each other in this business.
Sure.
Yeah.
So are you looking for raising that capital? Are you looking for people to help connect and bring people to the table? Is that what you're looking
Absolutely.
for?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So when I send you an email for the OM, the offering memorandum, you will bring along those who are potentially interested. They see the deal, the number breakdown, and how it all works. And of course, they have an opportunity to throw their money into the pot, just like you did with Grant Cardone. And then we get it to the closing, then you'll get paid as a connector if you didn't want to be part of it, or you could be part of it as an LP yourself.
Sure.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely be interested in seeing those opportunities, both personally for myself, because like I say, um, I mean, I see the value, and I've been in, I understand it. I understand the math. I understand the management on them. I mean, I
Amazing.
I
Yeah.
totally get it. So I would definitely be interested in put me on whatever list you have.
Mm.
I would definitely be interested in seeing those deals.
Yeah.
Now, depending on the size of them, um, if you if you wanted to hold on to more of the deals potentially down the road, if you get one that's not as big, I would potentially be interested in doing private money partnering.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that
Yes, I do.
if
Yeah.
if it if the capital requirements were right,
Yes.
then it'd be in there's some advantages to holding on to some of the equity as opposed to giving it out to limited partners. So if there's deals that are smaller that are potentially still good deals,
Mm.
but they're not big enough that you really want to syndicate,
Right.
um, keep me in mind as a private money partner, or I can bring some other partners to the table and we form just a small group,
Yeah.
type of thing like that. So I
Yes.
would definitely be interested in the deals and the opportunities that you have, and I'd be glad to help share. Hey, this is what's going on. This is what the story is. This is what the deal is. Here's the opportunity, and pulling people. I'd be more than happy to communicate that as well.
That's great. Yes, and the goal is to keep them 3 to 5 years. We don't really want to hold them longer than 5 years. We want to do a payout. Um, because typically what we do is a C class asset in a B location,
Hmm.
and where the occupancy is a little bit on the low side, maybe anywhere ranging from 70 to 85%. So,
Yep.
it's not stabilized. So we like the first year to 18 months to stabilize it, bring the units up to move-in ready, and can charge them full market rents. So uh, the 100 units or more is really to avoid the mom and pop, but we will do less. Obviously, if we come across a creative deal and it just makes sense, we'll take it
Correct.
on.
Correct.
But it has to really be somewhat close to what we're already managing other properties, because we use the best management companies. I'm not doing this again, being
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
landlord and running around and having a full-time job, and
Yeah.
it tends to
Yep.
happen with the smaller ones. I mean, the most I had was a 32 unit, I had a 30 unit, a 24 unit, a 12 unit, and 5 unit, and it was just a nightmare, So they're too
Yep.
small. That's messing around. It's like single family homes. You're not going to make much with single family homes, all right? It's a great hobby,
Yep.
but you still need a W-2. Most of those people who do the single families, they got a W-2. They're not making a living from it, right? So,
Yep.
so
Yep.
you understand. I could tell it's great talking to somebody who does, and
Yep.
who understands this game. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
So
have any more questions? Yeah.
what do you what markets are you looking and focusing in? Or
Right
are you
now,
look
my local market, Knoxville surrounding area. I'm also looking at Atlanta as well. I'm looking at the
okay,
bigger markets, but I know most markets should transition into being good deals because we're nearly 5 years away from COVID, and there's a lot of balloons coming up which are going to throw people out of the game. So
correct.
yeah. Yes. You
Um,
just talked about that, right?
yep.
It's funny.
Yep.
So it's a
So
5 year market. You're gonna see an interesting opportunities. So yeah,
correct.
yeah,
Do you so are you do you have a team that you're working with, or
yeah.
what does your team look like?
Yeah, I have a business partnership and we're putting together well, the network is Tyler Devereaux, if you've come across him. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, you might want to look him up. He's a big influencer in the large multifamily space.
Okay.
His following is 4,000 of that are doing this across the nation. So every market is covered. So I'm plugged into that network as well as the Elite Gator with Pace, and Vina Jetty. And so we we're mainly focused on capital raise. That's why I do these calls, seeing who's interested, knowing who I can send out
Yep.
invitation for the OM, and go from there. But I
Sure.
do have a business partner who's working with me on this, and we're spearheading it. So we call ourselves Faithful Vision Capital. So
Yep.
it's our business name.
Okay.
Yeah.
What so you're kind of you've done time a little bit of like a mentorship type coaching with them is kind of what you how you got introduced to them.
That's right. Yes, and that was
Okay.
only last month. So I've been talking to brokers and getting my feet under the table, as it were. I've
Sure.
made some really good connections, and we're
Mm-hmm.
mainly right now looking for a sponsor in this. They were the main player in this game because we need to find somebody who wants to be on our team that has assets sort of similar caliber than we're going for. And
Sure.
while it's not hard if we find a deal, it's like anything in real estate. If there's a good
Yep.
deal, they come forward, right? I mean, who doesn't want
Correct.
to get paid 30% as the sponsors do? Right?
Yep.
So yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you, if you don't mind me asking, what do you think of Elite Gator? Is that what is that like?
Very, very good. Very high level. People do have money in that group. They do extremely good underwriting, good advice, good learning. Are you thinking of joining Elite Gator?
I'm so potentially, yeah. I mean, because ultimately, um, I'm new to the sub two Gator type community,
Mhm.
but I've got a ton of real estate experience and I've got other assets that I've built up over the years.
Okay.
So a lot of the simpler stuff is kind of basic to me. And
Yeah,
so, it's like I'm no offense to some of the individuals there, and I've helped out a lot of individuals that are newer.
right.
But I'm looking for those guys and those girls, those gals that I'm going to learn something from that are going to push me.
You
And
will. You have Jason Park in there. He's got decades of experience at the commercial experience
mhm,
level. And he's one of the leaders with Gator. And you'll see him on Zoom calls. He's probably the most experienced, and you do learn from him the way he underwrites and the way he looks at things.
mhm,
He looks at the whole picture as well, what the macro economy is doing, what the local market's doing, the trends in industry and jobs, and he's able to look at the whole picture. So very few don't. They just do look at a few houses round about them and think that's the deal.
Yeah.
That's a comp and then underwrite. They have no idea. They get muddled. So yeah, he's very good. I think you would enjoy it if you're looking for something deeper, definitely. We've had a
Yeah.
lawyer on there explaining all the rules and regs and what a security is and what is not. No, you
Yep.
understand that being an LP, right? And accredited and non-accredited and everything like that. So we dive much deeper into the legalities as well and the roles you should play, the dangers in real estate investing, and doing your due diligence. He consistently says that 99 point something percent of deals are not deals,
Yep.
and I
Yep.
feel that way too. That's really why I moved into the larger multifamily arena, because you're messing about with a few dollars. That low end, the single families, the small multifamilies, and things like that. If you want to
Yeah.
create real wealth, if you've got that in you, you go to the
Hmm.
large multifamily.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm just, yeah, especially the last, you know, few years, it's just been really evident that I need to scale. I need to get bigger
Yes.
in order to really achieve what I want to achieve. Because
Right.
I'm just doing the other stuff, it just keeps you busy and it pulls you down.
It does. And
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 it,
and you get busier and busier, and you think, what the heck? How do I scale this? Well,
yep,
that's why I wrote that book.
correct.
Why I
I'll
got
check that out
it.
for sure.
I mean, it's amazing what I've learned in that, and being on
Yep,
that course, it was just a thrill to see that there is an answer because it's in my blood, real estate. So you
yep,
probably tell. Can't
yes,
get away from it, even if I wanted to. It
correct.
drives me forward. So
Yep,
I started a YouTube channel, started an educational thing. I'd love you to be part of that, Jeremy, and you know, uh, ask questions or comments and things.
sure,
Might be able to help me grow that because I think a lot of people, oh, you got to be a billionaire like Grant Cardone to own these large multifamilies. Well, no, you don't need any money. It's like anything in real estate, you don't need the money if you have the knowledge and the drive and the
correct,
skills. That's what you need to bring to the table. Uh,
correct,
you can be part of the game.
correct.
Yes. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I understand a lot of it. So I'm kind of in I think I'm in a little bit of a similar boat, maybe a little bit behind you,
mm,
but I have a lot of knowledge, I got a lot of skills, I've got a lot of operational experience behind me,
right.
and being able to communicate that to people that are newer to
Yeah.
cut down their learning curve,
Mm,
it's amazing how many people don't know any of that stuff.
right. Right.
And so it's just, I find it all the time, whether it's in the gator community or in other communities, or just in general life with people,
Mm,
it is amazing how uneducated people are.
yes, it is.
And it's sad. It's
It
sad
is.
because they're
It is.
missing out on so much opportunity.
Right.
And you kind of feel like, I need to help with this.
Mm, right.
You feel like it's a responsibility to share that with them.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, I would, you should definitely, send me the link or whatever you have to your YouTube and to
Well,
whatever, I could try to see about
I'll
following
do that.
you,
Yeah.
following you on Facebook or whatever, and
Yes.
we'll connect, and I can help. Yeah, I can help
Well,
push whatever you need.
yeah, we definitely sing from the same hymn book there. Whatever. We
Yeah.
definitely do. Let me just text that to you. That's the YouTube link.
Okay.
And then I I'm not selling you, Jeremy, but I mean you might like that, but it's only 26 pages, but it does give you it's on Amazon. Let me bring that one up.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're curious. I think
Yeah.
you'll smile because you got a 10 unit and you probably identify with a lot of the things there. Uh,
Yeah.
that's the link to the It's the first book I've written, so I mean, it's only 26 pages. I'm going to write a bigger book, as I say. I plan to do that, which will help people who'll be accompanying my channel and things. So,
Sure.
and this is
Well,
my,
hey, content production it's great marketing.
yeah, that's kind of what I've been learning. I'm going to do exactly what Pace does, right? And Vina Jetty, and they write books, right? They could do YouTube channels.
Yeah.
It's all parts of it, isn't it? So.
Yep.
All right, very good. Well, it's been a thrill meeting you, Jeremy. I'm so glad to
Likewise.
be connected, and
Yep.
I know we can help each other, not only just each other. I think we can help a whole bunch of people from what we've
Yep.
shared. So
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. I'd be glad to look at when you see anything. Send it by me. I definitely want to look at it. And if I can't personally, at the time, capital wise, be into it, I can definitely help move it and share it with other people in the network that I've talked to and other people outside the network. So I'd be more than happy to do that and try to bring stuff to the table.
thank you, Jeremy. All right, and don't hesitate to book another call with me if you like. All right, I'll be
Sure.
delighted to talk to you. You have a
Okay.
wonderful day. All right.
Will do. You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye for now.